What's up, guys? We're back. Finishing up here with Speed Seduction with Ross Jeffries. All right. It's been a while since I've seen you guys, and I got a message from a couple of people asking about hurrying up and getting to 50 subscribers so we can live stream. I'm looking into that, so hopefully I can get some subscribers to start doing this. I think that'd be fun to interact with you guys live with any questions you got. All right, so we're going to jump back into this Ross Jeffries Speed Seduction. These are the 4 major areas in which I get leverage into students' experiences, he talks about. Probably at least one, if not more, will be of assistance to you. The challenge is that with some students, they're working on the internal dialogue, when in reality, it's the physiology that needs to be shifted, okay? This is the advantage of having a very experienced coach, he says. I'm assuming he's the fucking very experienced coach. I can look right away and know within 5 seconds which of these you need. So basically, Ross tells us he can tell in 5 seconds what your problem is and what the fuck you need. And I would say probably that's true for the most part. But, you know, some cookies are harder to crumble. One of his beliefs, he says, is at least when it comes to initial walk-ups to people, and indeed all the time, is that 99% of the time, the worst that will happen is nothing will happen. And I'm going to stop there, guys, because I want you to hear this. We literally psych ourselves out so much from going to talk to people. And he's right. 99% of the time, nothing happens. Our fear that we have does not even develop with interactions with these people. And if you guys are going through it, it's normal to feel that way. But I urge you not to stay in that pattern. Do not stay in the mindset that you are afraid to go talk to people. No matter what. No matter what you look like, no matter what they look like, you don't know what's going on in their life. All you know is what's going on in your life. And the fact that you've said hello or you've went up and talked to them could change their day for the better, okay? It could be a fucking disaster and you could get shit on, but you don't know until you try. And either way, what does that really do to you? If your confidence is so fragile that someone rejecting you just kills you, then that's what we need to work on, okay? All right. So don't be afraid to talk to people. She won't laugh at you or be mean. She'll just ignore you. She won't respond or nod her head and smile and walk on. The image that is conveyed by Hollywood is that beautiful women are just itching for a chance to reject men and be cruel, vicious, victim-seeking people, okay? It's fantasy. It's no more real than the Hollywood version of what cops do in the real world. It's nonsense. There is some context in which women feel there is a license to be a cunt. Some women will get that way in a club. That's one reason I don't go to clubs, he says. All right. He literally used the C word there. Okay, cool. Got it, Ross. Hope that translates to 2024. But he talks about he doesn't go to clubs. All right. He says that women get that way in clubs. Now, being thousands of days at clubs in my lifetime, he's right. But it's because clubs are more of a breeding ground for just dudes looking to fuck more than any other place. Maybe a biker bar. But clubs do a lot, and clubs will do a lot for you when it comes to confidence building. Clubs are great because you can see 100 different women. You can talk to 100 different women at a club. You could get shit on by 95% of them, and then you meet the one that you go home with that was the best of the 100. What did you go through to find that? Oh, okay, you got shit on by some drunk girl who wanted you to buy her drinks all night. Who cares? All right? Who gives a fuck? You found what you needed at the end of the night, and you only did that through talking to as many people as possible, okay? So, here's another one he says. I never get rejected. I only discover if a woman has good taste. All right. That's bullshit. Everyone gets rejected. Maybe that's what he tells himself in his head. But just tell yourself rejection can't hurt you, okay? Use rejection as a learning tool. Okay? That has been the greatest point that I've made up to this point. Use rejection as a learning tool. It should fire the inside of you at some body part, whatever part feels fucking fire with you, and it should teach you, let's figure out why the fuck I got rejected. Let's figure out what I can do to make this better. Let's figure out maybe I should talk to a different type of person. Okay? He says, here's a really good one. I shouldn't even be giving this next attitude away, but it's so powerful, he says. If you put this into action, write this attitude down and think about it. Then imagine your last 10 interactions with women and how they would have been different had this attitude been there. You'll see how powerful it is, he says. All right, I can't wait to jump right into this one. This has got to be good, all right? He says, I seldom take a woman's first response to me as written in stone. It's only just a reflection of what she's thinking, feeling, or believing in that moment. It's almost always subject to change, okay? I agree with him there. He's right. If a woman's being, a little bitchy, most guys just, and they either say something to piss them off or they walk away, all right? Continue. Keep it up. That's just like an entrance through the door, okay? So I agree with him there. It is more or less just a feeling. What does having this belief do, he says? It makes me non-reactive. It allows me to realize that her first response may be nothing to do with me, and it makes that response something I don't have to fight. Instead, use the metaphor of Aikido, he says. I can use that response to move the person toward where I want. Unless you're grounded into this attitude, you won't be able to stand your ground when that kind of thing happens or move away from it when you need to. Excellent point, Ross. Finally, excellent point. Use the attitude that truly probably has nothing to do with you and move it toward what you want. For instance, a girl says she has a boyfriend. Okay, that is that auto response that we talked about in other videos, just to get people to leave her the fuck alone at that moment. Okay, but you can either go away and find someone else who's likely to tell you the same fucking thing, or like you said, when I told you about frogs, I thought we were talking about something that fucking mattered. You can give her that response. You can give her several other fucking responses, and you can actually move beyond that and keep the conversation going. She might just clip it off and be done with you, but you might say something funny when she says she has a boyfriend and she starts laughing, and now you got her. From that moment, come up with something clever and funny, you got her, okay? Make her fucking laugh 5 seconds after she says she has a boyfriend. All right, so he also says, here's another one. I'll either get what I want or I'll enjoy the process of learning what I need to get what I want, or even better. Same thing I was saying. You'll either get what you want or you'll find somebody else, okay? If that were really your attitude, it'd shift how you respond to stepping into the unknown a little bit. He's right there too. All right, when you have this up here in your noggin, when you go out, you don't really care if it is a yes or a no. You are performing the steps that you've learned to do to interact with people and to get what you want. And you've got to go into it with the mentality that you can get anything you want from anybody you want. But you also have to go into it with the mentality that you're not going to get everybody. There's a fine line there. The confidence of getting anyone needs to be there, but the understanding that you're not going to get everyone also needs to be there, okay? Here's another one he says. She can do whatever she wants. I control and choose what I learn from every interaction and every situation. I control where my energy goes. Am I going to deflate like a balloon, as I talked about? Or am I going to stay grounded and outward focused? I will decide what meaning and learning I extract from my interactions. She's not going to decide what it means. I will decide. She's not going to control where my feelings go. I decide that. She doesn't collapse me like a balloon. I stay here no matter what she does. Again, finally, fucking 5 chapters into this damn book, Ross finally has something that makes fucking sense, okay? This is a very good chapter. That takes some energetic practice, he says. If you really want to change, you want to pair the belief with an energetic practice, how you hold yourself and what you do with the flow of feeling in your body. Finally, I want you to take this one, he says on. When I don't know what to do, I take a bold step forward. Many times, guys say, I just don't know what to do in this situation. Who says that not knowing what to do is a sign to do nothing or to stop? That's not written in any sacred text. Not that I believe texts are sacred. It's not a law of physics. Okay, I'm going to expound on this from what Ross says a little bit. You are not going to know what to do in every situation. I do not know what to do in every situation. Now, I know what to do in so many situations because I've done it for almost my whole life. I get excited when I find myself in a fucking situation and I'm stuck and I don't know what to do. Because they're so few and far between, it fucking turns me the fuck on to be like, oh God, I don't know what to do with her. I've not encountered someone like this. And honestly, she flipped the script on me and I'm the one chasing her at that point. It feels fucking great. Now, if you guys have never been to that point, I urge you to get good at this so you can feel that type of feeling. It's amazing. Imagine feeling confused and not knowing what to do as a fucking euphoric experience. All right? Crazy. All right. So, what if you had the orientation that if you don't know what to do with a woman, you'll take a bold step forward? What if that was just the way you did things? It would just be very hard to be anything other than a pretty fun person. You might not always get what you want, but you'll always be moving forward in a way that at least you can learn something, which is true. He's right. Always learn. You're never too old to learn, and you should wake up every day learning one thing that you didn't know the day before, okay? When you develop the confidence and tool set, he says, to really extract maximum learning, dissipate confusion, and transmute confusion into learning and clarity, that's my Nail Your Inner Game program, he says, stupid name, which I'll recommend at the end of this module. It will show you how to do all of that. For now, all I can do is give you a little bit of the pieces, he says. He says, I want to give you the assignment of writing each of these assignments down. Then write how your life with women would be different had you had these, and how it'll be different as you put these into play. You guys can do that if you'd like. I think it's a little bit hard to go back and think about a relationship 2 years ago and try to say, how is this different if I would have applied this? So that's up to you, all right? One of the bits of mischief that happens is that people teach you that you have to have a lot of confidence. Okay, I'm going to stop. I think he's about to discredit this. I'm about to tell you right now, you have to have a lot of confidence. All right, you have to. You can't be some creeper hiding behind a tree hoping to fucking strike up a conversation with a girl across the street at the fucking Walmart or the McDonald's or Costco or World Market or wherever the fuck you go. Okay, can't do that. Got to have confidence. Don't hide behind no fucking trees. All right. But he says confidence is what we call a normalization in NLP. There's no such thing as confidence. It's a state. Being that it's a state comes in different variations, he says. As you see here, there's performance confidence, rehearsal confidence, acceptance, extraction confidence, and compassion confidence. What you need to do is find the right mix that works for you. Everybody's different. All right, Ross, I don't give a fuck about all these classifications of confidence. It's just confidence, all right? Have fucking confidence, all right? Don't worry about all of these classifications. You'll blow your mind out, okay? But he's right. Everyone's different. We're all going to approach confidence, and it's going to look different with each of us, and that's okay. It just needs to look and feel and sound comfortable as you do it. What is performance confidence, he says? It simply means that based on a history of doing things right, you have a reasonable expectation in your skill set that you'll do them right and effectively again. If you've done a tightrope walk 1,000 times flawlessly, he says, odds are that you still have to stay alert, but you're going to do it right 1,001 times. Performance confidence is based on many past successful experiences. He's right, and I agree with that. That's the type of confidence that you're looking for is, hey, I've got results in the past. Okay, I can keep doing this. Nothing's restricting me from doing this. I've had success here. Let's go with that. On the flip side of that, if you fuck something up and the girl fucking ran away from you, then you need to have the confidence to figure out what the fuck that was and change it and do something a little out of your wheelhouse to correct it, okay? The problem with many guys, he says, who are stuck is that they want to perform confidently before they've done any performing or when they've only done little performing. That's impossible. It's like saying 2 + 2 makes 5. You can't have confidence in your performance if you've never done any performing. It just doesn't work that way. Now, I'm not going to go into any more of this because then we'll have a 3-hour video, so we'll catch it on the next one. But I would like to say that I'm going to end it with this. The first time that you guys go out and you try to figure this out, okay? You try to figure yourself out, figure out what works, figure out what you like, all of this, it's going to be a fucking disaster, all right? You could probably film it and get a lot of fucking views of how big of a damn disaster it'll probably be. Now, if you guys play golf, here's your metaphor. I suck at golf, but I love playing it because it's so fucking hard. But the first time that you hit your first shot amazingly, it's like an orgasm, all right? You're so fucking happy that you finally did it. It's a great experience. And that's the same thing when you guys go out to do this. For the first time that it's successful, the first time that y'all go home with somebody because you took the steps to figure out the best path forward. You wake up the next day and sure, sex is great, or being with somebody's great, or conquering somebody's fucking great, whatever it is that you're into. But the ultimate part that's really good is that you did something that was uncomfortable and hard for you and you mastered it. At least for a night. I mean, you can continue to do it, but that's the best feeling. All right, guys. Again, I'm trying to get to 50 subscribers so I can live stream with you guys. I'm sure there's an easier way to do it, but, you know, I'm patient. I'll take my time here. Like, subscribe, send me questions. All right? I love interacting with you guys. I love talking to y'all and seeing what your questions are. So, again, I'll do another video in a few days when I got time. Good to talk with you guys. God bless. Good luck. Hope everything works out. Later, guys.